4-3 Wisconsin leading, bottom of the sixth. Already one across, trying to add more. 2-1 pitch from Sousa. Lewis, ground ball through the right side, base hit. Bark scores. Schlosser will hold up at third. It's an RBI single for Kendra Lewis, and it's 5-3 Wisconsin. What does Schwartz have on the 0-2? Schlosser rolls it. That's in a tough spot, and they're going to come home. Schwartz does, but King beats it, and Wisconsin ties the game. Spent a lot of time on the bench during her junior season, and now back as an everyday starter, and she has been outstanding. As Blomberg, first pitch he sees, rips it into left field and deep end off the very, very top of the wall. And Blomberg into second base, just barely with a double, but missing a home run by about 4 inches. And now Emmy Wells steps in and takes strike one. That is a big play there, though. And, you know, if you catch that ball, then that completely changes that. Keeps that run off the board, and meanwhile, Wells hammers this one. Deep left field, back it goes, and it's gone! There's the big swing that the Badgers needed, and they've busted this one open. A 3-run shot from Wells, and it's 9-3. Here, and top of the order coming up here for the Rocks, and a huge pop-up out to right field. Sullivan tracking, fending, reaching, and catching, and goes tumbling over the wall. What a catch by Brady Sullivan out in right field.
The chemistry there.
They're 0-2, and Lucy rolls it over to short. Tobias makes the throw. It's out number 1. She's done a good job. She pitched a couple of times against the Ducks in Minnesota series last weekend and did well. As there's a good stop by Tobias, who's been busy in these last few innings, and she's made every single play so far. 2 down.
Series.
New life for Blomberg on 2-2, and Tobias again making play after play, shining defensively for the Golden Gophers. Ends the inning, and to the 6th we go with a 1-run game on the board. Now 2 strikes down is Lucy gonna have to battle here. Local product out of Cottage Grove. We'll see what kind of fight she has in her. And the biggest spot of the game for the Badgers would love to add some insurance runs here, I'm sure. Hosick deals on 0-2. Lucy fly ball right side. Going back is Easton. And now she's coming in, and that's going to fall in fair territory. The wind blew it, and everybody's still running with 2 outs. And Wisconsin has cleared the bases. That is going to be a triple for Lucy on a ball that didn't leave the infield. Are you kidding me? Welcome back inside the WSUM Sports Stream. Minnesota on top 2-1 after striking twice in the top half of the 4th. And now it'll be up to the Badgers to try and get those runs back. They were able to finally crack Sydney Schwartz in the bottom of the 3rd. And now they'll have to do so again if they want a chance to win this game. First batter, Ellie Hubbard, takes a curveball outside for ball number 1. Hubbard, in her first at-bats today, did strike out back in the 2nd. The 1-0 pitch to the Wheaton, Illinois native is taken inside corner for strike number 1. The 6 hits today for the Badgers, just 2 for the Golden Gophers, but Wisconsin finding themselves trailing on the scoreboard. 1-1 to Hubbard is low for ball 2. Minnesota coming into this contest just 1-8 on the road. As Hubbard behind that to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. But Minnesota has had a lot of success at Goodman, especially lately. Wisconsin has not won here since 2012 against the Gophers. 2-2 pitch is low for ball 3.
Yeah, both of these teams have been on quite the road trips. to start the season. Wisconsin 7 straight weeks on the road. Minnesota 6 of 7 straight weeks on the road. They did have 1 week where they played at US Bank Stadium.
Full count, and that pitch misses, so Hubbard is aboard with a leadoff walk.
And that's the fun thing about softball, especially when you're in the Midwest here, as we're going to have a change from Healy. Looks like we're bringing a pinch runner. But when you play in the Midwest, the weather doesn't always want to cooperate, as we have seen, and get our pinch runner right here.
Will be Emma King, who will be our pinch runner for the Badgers. And, you know, we mentioned that Minnesota maybe isn't able to utilize the pinch runners as much. That's definitely not the case with the Badgers, who are definitely not afraid to use that pinch runner. They have a roster of 25, and Lucy squares the bunt, puts it down, and I think that hit her while she was still in the batter's box, so it'll be a foul ball.
Emma King, 9 of 12 on stolen base attempts this year.
Wouldn't be a bad time to try to run with everybody guarding against the bunt. The 0-1 pitch, and Lucy puts down a bunt again. It's a good one. Lucy is out at first. Chavez making the nice strong throw across the diamond to nab the speedy Lucy, who has not gotten off the bag yet. And
looks like we'll see if there's a review.
It looks like Wisconsin is going to challenge. I thought that live she was out. So I'm not sure about this challenge from Yvette Healy.
I feel like you have to take the chance here, though, right? You're down by 1. Just over halfway through this game, you have to be aggressive, and you got to take the challenge here if she is safe. We saw Lucy just a few weeks ago score off of a squeeze bunt against Iowa in the 3rd, coming into home, and a crazy play. She was diving under the tag and got maybe a fingertip on home plate and was able to score. So maybe we had some kind of luck like that again. That time was called safe and kept us safe. This time called out. So we'll take a little bit more to try and reverse that call to get her safe.
So currently stands right now, Wisconsin does have the runner King, who is very speedy on second base and 1 down in the inning. But Wisconsin trying to make it so that it's first and second, nobody out for the top of the order, which would be a very ideal situation.
If you're a Wisconsin fan, you are wishing for that first 2 innings back with the amount of runners that you have on bases. We'll kind of start to see a review here as it's in the sun, and they're going to call it a safe.
So I definitely thought that she was going to be out, and it definitely looked live like she was, but a good call by Danielle Zimkowitz. She was the one who called for that challenge, and Lucy does beat it out. So that is why I am not an umpire. And now Bark is going to put down a bunt, and Werner is going to get the out. But both runners do move up.
And you're only out 1 out instead of 2, with Lucy now being safe. So you have a little bit of wiggle room to play, and now you're back at the top of the lineup. Schlosser in position. Try and get some of those runs back that you won in the first inning.
And now Molly Schlosser will bat with 2 runners in scoring position. This is a big spot for the Badgers to try to get right back at Minnesota. 0-1 pitch, Schlosser, and the drop ball drops in. So now Schlosser's got an 0-2 hole. 1 for 2 so far. And Schlosser, the bat hasn't left her shoulder yet on those first 2 pitches. What does Schwartz have on the 0-2? Schlosser rolls it. That's in a tough spot, and they're going to come home. Schwartz does, but King beats it, and Wisconsin ties the game.
And that's why Healy utilizing those pinch runners, being aggressive on the base running. She saw it in the first few innings. They were able to get runners on base. They just were not able to bring them home. So what does she do? She makes the adjustments necessary, brings in her speedy players, and she gets rewarded with that, with a run there in the bottom of the 4th.
And now Wisconsin has runners on the corners, and Schlosser is on first base. We'll see if she's off and running. There she goes. Kraft fakes the throw, and Schlosser will take second base. So a stolen base for Molly Schlosser. And now we got the same situation again for the Badgers. Runners on second and third, and just one out. And Hillary Blomberg at the plate, who took strike one. Sydney Schwartz ready again on the 0-1, and that one misses low.
And if you remember, Blomberg, not too long ago, was just a few inches from going yard.
2 for 2 on the day is Blomberg. So this is the player you want at the plate if you're the Badgers in this spot.
And with one out, you have a little bit of wiggle room to play. You can be aggressive on the swing. I'm sure Coach Healy's giving her the green light to go for it.
A couple of speedy runners on the base paths as well. The 2-1 pitch to Blomberg. Misses low. It's 3-1. Kendra Lewis is on deck. This is a dangerous pitch to a good hitter. Coming up, 3 balls and 1 strike. Wisconsin has tied it 2-2, and now they still have 2 runners in scoring position. It's a good pitch from Schwartz. Curveball right at the knees, outside corner.
And that's the thing about Schwartz, is she's been in these sticky situations since the first inning, and she's just able to get out of them. And only a junior, she plays with so much experience.
Full count pitch, Blomberg on the ground. They're going to try to get the out at third, and Schlosser will be out there, but Blomberg does the job. Lucy scores from third, and Wisconsin is back on top.
And Wisconsin retaking the lead after getting the first run in the third inning, and now the floodgates have opened for both of these teams. We'll have some cheers from the crowd here. 1, 2, 3, we want more. That comes from hockey, correct?
It does. Yeah, he's at both the men's games and the women's games, and has brought that cheer to softball as well. Very cool.
Has he always been at softball, or is this a new thing?
I don't remember him from years past, so
That's
I
what
think
I
it is
was
pretty
thinking.
new.
I don't think I've seen him before, but I mean, you think about the crowd here at this game is incredible.
Hannah Conger is batting in the spot of Kendra Lewis.
As that one was fouled off into the stands, I just watched a fan jump over the railing to get the ball. I know they can't keep them, but I think you get some kind of coupon from Cousin Subs.
From Quick Trip, I think. Conger tried to squirt a bunt there, trying to shock everybody, but did foul it back. So now she's in an 0-2 hole.
Even better.
Yeah, right? Some pizza and a free drink, I think. It's a good deal.
That's
it's
a good deal.
Blomberg's on first base. Wisconsin already 2 across in the bottom of the 4th, up 3-2, trying to add more. 0-2 Conger, who rolls one over to short, and Tobias will take the short way to second base, and Blomberg is forced out. But Wisconsin, a good inning. They get 2 more runs off of Sydney Schwartz, retake their 1-run lead, and to the 5th we go in a 3-2 lead for Wisconsin.